Onegashimasu, Oni-chan.
Daisuki.
Oh man.
Koyomi Oni-chan
Why?
daisuki. Oh, it's ski desu. Never mind. Fuck.
No. Yamete, Oni-chan.
Oh, fucking A. Stop it.
Not there.
In what frat?
All right, we gotta start. And welcome to Anime Club After Dark, the podcast that delves into all things anime, manga, and otaku culture related. I'm your host, Alex, but you can call me Senpai, and joining me tonight, we have our Wizard of Wait What, Shinoda.
Hello, loves.
Oh my god, that was loud. And our poser extraordinaire, Natai.
Nice bird.
I'm so fucking
My work here
Alex.
is done. My work here is done.
Oh fuck, we're gonna get into that later. So, oh my god, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Okay, so tonight, wow, be professional, man. So tonight,
Am I right?
So tonight we don't actually have a topic per se that we're talking about. So we're gonna be talking about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, including nice birds, because it is the weekend after Thanksgiving that we're recording this. So I know that means absolutely nothing to you, Natai, because you're not an American.
I'm always into nice birds. I don't know what you mean.
But I will ask Shinoda, since he is here and he is an American, how was your Thanksgiving?
I was drinking mudslides all day.
What
Like,
the
That
fuck
is
is
the
mudslides?
correct way to do it.
I woke up at like 8 or 9 o'clock, made a mudslide at 10, and started drinking.
Wow, you drank before noon. You're definitely like getting in touch with your Irish side, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Wait,
And I
wait,
didn't
wait.
even, go out for turkey or anything. I just decided to stay home and said fuck it.
Wait.
Feel like
What?
dealing with this bullshit.
What the fuck is
Okay,
a mudslide?
Yeah, explain to Natai what a mudslide is, because that's a pretty American drink.
I don't know exactly what's in it. I don't remember specifically what's in it. You
You
might.
drank too much. You can't remember what you put in it.
You're probably better at explaining it.
Actually, I've never had a mudslide. I've heard people talk about it, but I actually don't know what exactly goes in it. Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay, so apparently a mudslide is a type of coffee liquor. You put vodka coffee liquor, Bailey's Irish cream. You can use either milk or cream, and about a cup full of ice. And then you put a little bit of chocolate syrup on top.
Yeah, I just got a pre-made one that was like $10. It was on sale, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that instead of like getting everything together. So yeah, I mean, it was still good. Got me a buzz going. So yeah.
Well, if you completely forgot how much you had, it got you more than a buzz going.
No, I didn't forget how much I had. I just don't remember what's in it. I got a pre-made one, so it's not like I had to completely make it.
I see. Yeah, it's safe to say that for me at least, I got slightly drunk too. I won't lie.
Anyone surprised?
No, I'm not, and no one that was there was surprised. I come from an Irish family. Is there really any surprise? No. But no, I had a bunch of my family come into town. I went and stayed with my parents for a couple days at their place, and we had a lot of food.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Did
And
you
I
bring
have
any
a lot of it.
leftovers back to your place?
Oh, I did indeed, and that's all I've been eating for the last 2 days.
Hey, that's how you know you got it good.
I did finally finish all of the turkey today, so that's all gone.
Mm.
And you know what it was, Natai?
What?
It was a nice bird.
It sounds like a tasty bird is what it is.
It was tasty, but oh man. It was good. You know what? And I know it's kind of a uniquely American holiday, although there's a lot of Western countries now that have their own Thanksgiving Day or their own form of a Thanksgiving Day. But I think it's actually my favorite holiday of the year. I think I actually like it more than Christmas.
Yo, what about the day after Halloween? That's the best holiday. Get all the candy for cheap.
Well, you make a good point. You make a really good point, actually. That's not an actual holiday. Like the day,
It's not
it
an
is a
actual
holiday.
holiday. It's a holiday for us badasses, though.
Well,
You know that claiming to be a badass.
Badass. I said fat ass.
he said fat ass, not badass.
Sorry. I'm in
Oh,
top shape
God.
today, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, you're actually very sick right now.
Yeah, I got the flu and the cough, so I'm in top
Uh.
shape.
What are you
Tip-top
doing
shape
here?
for this
Shouldn't you be
podcast.
resting?
So that's the thing. I slept for most of the day, and I'm not tired at all, and I feel sick. So I was like, well, I'm gonna be awake anyway, so I might as well record something.
Okay.
Contribute to the internet.
Yes, a tribute to the internet. So I think one of the things we got to talk about before we get into anything else. So you haven't been on for like the last month, Natai.
Yeah.
Mostly because of your commitment that you're in the military for.
It happens, I guess.
But one of the things that has happened in the month since you've been on is that you got the chance to go to Germany for a few days, and I want
Indeed.
you to talk about that.
Indeed, I was in Berlin for like 5 days or so. I was there with my girlfriend, and we mainly went there because Comic-Con Berlin was a thing. So that was a lot of fun. Not a whole lot of traveling around, not gonna lie. It was mostly like a relaxation trip, vacation-ish thing. We kind of stayed in the area where we were and sort of just enjoyed the city and the weather because it's pretty cold this time of year. Each day was about like 10, it was like 10 temperatures Celsius, which in Fahrenheit is, fuck me, I don't know. It's cold, it's nice. Also pretty windy.
It's like 49, I think, Fahrenheit.
I think you're right. 10 degrees. So it was a lot of fun, just being abroad, not thinking about the army and work and stuff. But then we got to the convention itself, and it was a lot of fun. It's my first, because, okay, and here in Israel we do have, like, some conventions, but it's not like they're big or anything, but they're fun. But this one was huge. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of cool people. I've met Philip Boyd, if anyone knows, from Lord of the Rings. He played Pippin in the movies. Cool dude. So I met him. Got to see a lot of merch and went to Artists Alley and bought a lot of cool shirts. And one of the cool things that, and not me, but Tamar bought me, she got me as a gift this awesome, just really cool Josuke figure from JoJo Part 4, which is one of my favorite shows of all time, if you didn't know. And is
Yeah, if you didn't know
fabulous.
from the 30 or 40 times he's mentioned on the podcast so far.
And the countless spoiler casts. But anyway. Yeah. So he's fabulous. And, it's just a lot of fun seeing all the cool costumes and just awesome people. Just really chill, really friendly people over there, which was a lot of fun. So, yeah, it was a nice change of pace. I really enjoyed it.
Now, I imagine that, you mentioned that there are, like, get-togethers and quote-unquote conventions in Israel where you
Yep.
live, but I imagine that, like, for something like this, there was a much higher attendance rate than you're kind of used to with
Yeah, it
events
was
like that.
packed. It was really packed, but in a good way. It wasn't, like, too crowded, but, yeah, like, there's no comparing. The scale was, like, way bigger than in Israel. But as I said, it didn't feel too, like, packed and overwhelming.
Yeah.
So because everyone was super friendly, very nice, like it just really it felt nice, yeah.
Which, that's a lot coming from a Jew who went to Germany saying that the people are nice.
Those damn Nazis!
Wow, Alex.
Those damn Nazis!
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
You can never resist. You piece of shit.
I mean, listen though, if you want to see packed, you should come to an American convention, like especially
Oh,
Anime
yeah.
Expo, which I went to not this year but last year with 100,000 people there. Holy shit!
Nice.
Yeah, well, you say that, but when it's in a place that isn't designed for 100,000 people to be in one place, it's not always nice.
I will say, my only disappointment, I guess, couldn't find any short-haired Hanekawa figures. That was a bit of a shame.
Well, it
Were there
is
any
a
Were there any
Comic-Con
Hanekawa cosplayers?
specific
there
that
were,
you went
there
to.
were, what was that?
It was specifically a Comic-Con you went to. It's not like it's
Yeah, it wasn't an anime
specifically
convention.
Anime. Yeah.
But there was a lot of anime bullshit there, which I really liked. Like, there was
I mean,
a ton
all
of
these
anime.
things intermingle, but like when it's more specialized towards one thing or another, that's what you'll find more of. For example, you'll still find Deadpools in anime conventions.
Oh,
but-
everywhere.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
all of them are just awesome people.
You know what? That's something that I've noticed. I go to a fair number of conventions every year, probably more than I should, because money's a thing. But I've noticed that like Deadpool cosplayers tend to get really creative sometimes
Yeah.
with their cosplay, and it's like, especially when they do like the anime crossover Deadpools, I always love seeing those because a lot of those cosplayers get really, really creative.
And they're also like really like they like to get into the role itself and just like troll a lot of people, but it's like
Yeah.
in good spirit, so it's fun.
Oh yeah, it's all done in good spirit. Like
Yeah.
some of the most like enjoyable people to be around at convention are Deadpool cosplayers because they're not taking anything too seriously, and I have yet to meet a Deadpool cosplayer that won't pose for a picture.
Yeah,
I will
that is-
say,
that is their one huge thing.
I will say, like back to Hanekawa, because Queen. There was actually one figure of Hanekawa, and surprisingly, it was the Kizu one with the ponytail, which was really
Yes.
cute. But I need the one.
You need the one from
Also,
from Tsubasa Tiger.
yeah. Also, there was a lot of Hitagi stuff, and man, it's so good.
I
Also,
will say,
a
that's
whole
something
lot
else-
of a whole lot of body pillows, which was
well,
interesting.
of course. And you sent me a picture of one that you got.
So, fun story. This one, it's not for myself, I promise. I bought one
Lies.
actually.
He's lying to you. He's lying.
I bought one for a friend of mine who's about to get out of the army this week. So I bought him a little surprise, the farewell gift, and he was, I don't know if he was amused or angry at me, but it was a lot of fun giving it to him.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably. It's like a Rias from High School DxD one, and it's pretty.
Revealing?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's one way to put it based on the
One way
picture
to
you
put it.
showed me. You only showed me one side. I don't know if the other side is more
The other one
lewd
is
than
the blue-haired girl from that show. What was her name? Zenobia, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I fucking don't watch High School DxD.
I mean, okay, for the record, I've only watched the 4th season because that dude that I bought him the body pillow and another guy from the unit got me to watch it with them for shits and giggles because they watched the entire series before. And said, oh, you should come try the 4th season. I was like, fuck it, what could go wrong? A whole lot of them, apparently.
fucking weebs.
I will say, it's a riot to watch it with friends.
Okay.
It's so dumb, but I'm not gonna watch the rest of like the 3 seasons that aired already because, God, no, I'm not watching that alone.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Berlin
Come
is
to an
fun.
American convention sometime. It's a completely different experience, as Chinoda can probably attest.
Oh,
Yeah, I will come over someday.
But I'm glad you had a good time. Hopefully you get to do it again. Maybe next year. Who knows?
We'll see.
I'm done going to conventions for this year, although this year's almost over.
Yeah.
I think I've decided that I'm definitely going to MomoCon in Atlanta next year.
I heard Momocon is pretty good.
It's pretty big.
I will say,
it's
though.
it's not an anime convention. It's not specifically an anime convention. It's a pop culture convention,
Yeah,
like most
I will say,
Comic Cons are now.
I've heard that in the last few years, Momocon has been pretty, like, not as great as it used to be. So a lot of people are, like, going to Dragon Con instead because I think it's somewhat close in time, so maybe consider that because I heard a lot of good
I
things
do
on
think so,
Dragon
but
Time.
well, there are some other not so unsubstantial reasons I'm going. Vlad will be there.
Ooh,
And I think a couple other people from our Facebook group might actually be going there as well.
a bunch
I
of
think
degenerates, all of you.
Huh?
I said a bunch of degenerates, all of you.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's not fun if we're not degenerates.
That's very true.
But I'll probably definitely be going there. It's also it's a convention that I can drive to. I don't have to fly out anywhere. Like it's in Atlanta, Georgia, which for me where I live is about like a 9-hour drive. So it's not that bad. So I'm like 99% sure I'll definitely be going to that next year. And then I'm also relatively sure, although not quite as sure, that I'll be going back to Otakon next year as well in Washington, D.C. I went there this year. I got to meet Shinoda for the first time.
It was an experience.
Also got to meet some listeners of our podcast while I was there, which was an absolutely wonderful experience. So I'm pretty sure I'll be going back there. If not, I might I might end up going back to LA for Anime Expo. I haven't decided yet. They're both in the same month this year, actually. This year, Otakon was in August, and then next year it's going to be at the end of July. Don't know if there's a reason behind the date change or not, but maybe Shinoda can eventually figure that out and let me know. It was kind of weird seeing it's like 3 weeks earlier this year or next year than it was this year.
Mm-hmm.
But well, moving on from that.
Yeah.
I think something that would be worth talking about is this fall season that we have going on right now. It's pretty good so far, I gotta say. It's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I'd agree
which
with
is to say a lot because I thought it was going to be pretty good going in. I just didn't think it was going to be this good.
Diverse shows.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm taking away the most from this season is that even if there's shows that you don't like, there's bound to be at least 2 or 3 that you're going to like. There seems to be shows, at least one show out there for everybody this season, which is great. There's a lot of diverse genres and stories and studios being represented this season, which I think is a great thing. I want to talk first and foremost about a show that I think the 3 of us are fucking loving more than we ever thought we would, and that's Zombieland Saga. This show,
my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Nice
Jesus Christ. Nice, but
Nice bud.
So for those who haven't watched it and didn't get the joke at the beginning, that's what that's about. That's what it's from. It's from Zombieland Saga.
It's just an offshoot one line that only happened once, and it became.
But it's funny.
It became one of the biggest memes.
In case of some of our listeners haven't watched it yet, I think at first let's just talk about it without spoiling stuff, because leading up to the release, Mappa didn't say almost anything about the show.
Yes, that's something that's really important to point out. I think.
And the first episode does a good job of just subverting your expectations. A whole
trolling
lot.
you.
Oh yeah, I actually showed the first and second episode to a bunch of friends today, and they were pleasantly surprised. They're like, "Holy shit, we're gonna keep on watching this! Like, we love this." And I'm like, "Yes, more people to love this."
Dude, the second episode is one of the best episodes of the year.
For sure,
easy.
Well, I want to tell you how badly Mappa trolled people. So Mappa is the studio behind this, and it's from what I understand, it's a lot of the same creative people behind the scenes. Not necessarily the creators, but a lot of the same animators and stuff behind the scenes that worked on Yuri on Ice, which this show is nothing like Yuri on Ice. But one of the things that Mappa did leading up to the release of the show is they trolled the fuck out of everyone, because what little marketing they did for this show portrayed it as a straight up horror show. And they even trolled Mal, because leading up to the first episode, Mal had Zombieland Saga listed as a psychological horror, gore, show, and then the first episode aired, and then you go and look at the genre tags, and it changes to idol comedy.
Just so good. And it's been
man.
relatively like consistent, I'd say. Like I watched the 7 episodes so far. I know another one just came out, but it's been pretty consistent overall, with maybe only one episode that was a bit weak, which is genuinely good to know.
I
Yeah,
would
but
honestly
so
say,
far so good, right?
I would honestly say the weakest part of the show, if anything, is the CGI during the idol dances. And
I
other
will
than
say one
that,
thing about that.
okay, go ahead.
I will say one thing about that. So episode 3 came around, and by the way, we're going like not full spoilers, but just be warned because we will discuss some details. But anyway,
Light details.
episode 3 rolled around, and there was this like idol dance. And it was all CG, and I was like, oh no, because so far the animation was like fun and energetic, and like the expressions were
beautiful
priceless
and consistent.
Yeah, and like the character design is awesome, and voice acting is top notch. But anyway, then the CG came, and it was like, I don't know what I feel about this. And then episode 7, you had this very well animated like dance scene of some other idol group, and I thought to myself, holy shit, that looks really good. Like it looks genuinely great, that whole dance number they had. I was like, okay, let's see what's up with the main group, what type of dance they'll have. And it was CG again. Now, either it's just shitty production, or it's like trying to say something. Because the show has been really good about like being a sort of a satire of idol shows. Like, your idol group is a bunch of zombies. Ha 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 ha. Pretty fun. Okay. So, and I know CG is like very prevalent in idol shows. So I'm wondering if it's like part of the joke.
It could be. It could very well be part of the joke.
It's
I don't know.
possible. I have to see maybe director's commentary or something over this to find out. Right now, my theory is they're just cutting costs and like doing that. But
Yeah.
with how infrequent it is, and like how consistent everything else is, I think maybe it is a joke. Now that you pointed that
Yeah.
out, maybe it is. I actually want to know now.
Because
But
there's
I
a lot
hope
of...
it's something like that instead of them just cutting costs, and that's all it is.
Because there's a lot of cuts in the show that look really great. I remember one of the scenes have what's her face, God, blue-haired girl. Anyway, her
Lily.
That's her name. Never mind. Yeah.
I.
So
I thought you were
and
talking about the little girl.
No,
who's
not Lily. Not Lily.
Apparently
But-
not a little girl. Oh my god.
Alex, spoilers.
Anyway, what was it? Yeah. So and she's dancing, and it looks really good, and it's not like super complex, but the movement just looks really good, and I'm like, they know what they're doing, right? Like I wanna think that at least.
Well,
Also, awesome OP.
yeah. Oh yeah. The
Oh
OP is
my
really good. But
God.
can we actually talk about the true best part of this show? That is the
Yamada?
legend known as Mamoru Miyano.
Miyano.
Literally,
Go,
I
go, go,
mean,
go, go, go,
literally,
go, go, go.
literally, this guy is playing an anime version of himself in this show, and
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing.
It's just him
legend.
in the show, and that's all it is, and it's fucking beautiful.
I love
is-
it
oh
whenever
my
he
God.
like tries to charm people, they just fall over for him, and it's amazing.
It's because he's just naturally charming. Are you shitting me?
Oh my
Look at
God.
that gorgeous face.
And he goes and he bats with his sunglasses on, because of course.
Yeah, he bathes with his sunglasses.
What a legend.
Oh my god. You know what I want when I want this to come out like on Blu-ray eventually. I'm sure it will. But I want there to be a director's commentary track that you can listen to, but it's Mamoru Miyano doing commentary as his character from the show on the show.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
I want that so bad. Like, oh my god, Mamoru Miyano is a fucking legend, and oh god.
Like I think all of the voice acting in this series so far has been like really top notch. Like actually, when I discussed this before, but it really gives the Konosuba vibes with how fun and
Yes.
energetic everything is, including the expressions. But man, Mamoru Miyano is just what a god.
Yeah, well, you and I have talked about this like off mic or whatever we're gonna call this. That you and I think in particular got more of a Konosuba vibe from this show in the sense that a lot like when you and I watched Konosuba, there was in every single episode there was always at least one scene that had you like laughing hysterically. And I get that same thing from Zombieland Saga. Like there's stuff that's chuckle worthy throughout, but there's always that one scene every episode where I just fucking lose
That
it.
fucking
There's something
Hot
for
Springs
everyone
episode,
to have
dude.
a good laugh over in every episode, and they guarantee it.
That
Yeah.
fucking Hot Springs, dude. I just lost my shit when that scene happened there.
Oh fucking hell, Christ! You know what? And it's funny to me. It's like that's the best compliment I think you can give a comedy anymore. It's like watching Konosuba again. I think that's literally the best compliment you can give an anime comedy these days.
Also, just for being so original and surprising.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of that's down to how Mappa marketed the show, though.
Yeah, but it's still just, it's so good.
And then, oh my god, come to find out those live action commercials that they did for the show were all Mamoru Miyano's idea.
Wait, hold on. What live action commercials?
So there's Mamoru Miyano stars in 3 live action commercials that were done for Zombieland Saga prior to the show's
I
airing.
have to watch these after
You
the
Where
should.
podcast.
He cosplays as his character from the show, and he acts like his character from the show, but he's describing the show, and he's doing it in the most diva way possible too.
So
It's
good.
great.
he's being himself as usual.
Basically, yeah, basically,
Okay,
I will
I'm
say
gonna
one
have
thing.
to check these out after we finish.
yeah. Definitely check him
Yeah.
out.
I'll say one last thing about the show. If you're still on the fence about it, watch episode 1. If you're still on the
Yeah.
fence about it after that, watch episode 2, and I'll guarantee it, you'll fall in love with it.
I would
Yeah,
honestly
for sure.
say the first episode is actually the weakest episode, at least so far from what we have. That's what I would say.
I think it's still, I think it's
it
a
gets
really
better,
good introduction.
even better as it goes on.
I think it's a good introduction. I think it's a really good way to judge whether you're gonna end up liking the show.
I think
I think
it's
so.
fair, but like because you haven't met the rest of the cast truly, you don't know it really. You don't get to really know it until episode 2.
Maybe, yeah,
Let's not get into it too much.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We should talk about it once the show ends. 'cause-
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Should we? Quick question. Should we talk about the whole Lily-chan situation that's been going on?
Nope.
I haven't watched episode
Nope.
8, don't.
Okay.
No, because the whole situation is so stupid.
I don't know, I don't care.
stupid.
Okay, we might make a mini cast on it later. We'll figure
It's
it
so
out.
stupid. Oh my god. People don't know what transgender means.
Shush.
Jesus. Anyway. Okay, so I think another good show, well, it's a show that I'm really fucking enjoying this season way more than I thought it was, is a show called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
So chill and so fun.
Here's the thing. So I've gotten really burnt out on isekai. Like, anytime there's a new show coming out that's like, it's based on this isekai manga or this isekai light novel,
You
it's
kind
like,
of roll
I
your
really,
eyes.
I don't care anymore. It's like, ReZero ended, almost 4 years ago. I just don't care anymore.
It's oversaturated. That's the problem. The genre
Yeah.
market got oversaturated. And it's not even just a problem of oversaturation. It's also so many of the ideas are just dumb.
Stale?
Or stupid.
They're stale.
Stale and kind
Stale,
of boring power fantasy, and
Here-
the show itself
here-
is very low effort in terms of production.
It is, yeah. Well, oh god, like that. What was that? How
Smartphone.
not to summon a demon lord?
Oh, that. I heard
That
that
was-
one was actually fun.
It was trashy fun,
I haven't
but
watched
it
it.
was still
I
trashy.
guess I tried. I tried. Okay, it did nothing for me.
But here is the thing. Then comes along the time I got reincarnated as slime.
And that's the
it's
thing.
So
Be-
good.
Here's the thing. So it doesn't hide the fact that it's an isekai. Like, it throws it out there. Like, this is an isekai. Like, the main character dies in the very first episode. And you see the whole process of how he gets reincarnated into this other world.
Which is a hilarious process in itself.
It is indeed. But here's the thing. Unlike a lot of isekai shows that have come out over the last couple years, this show does not take itself very seriously at all. And that's why it's so enjoyable. It's not like there's this huge lore you got to follow, and it's like you're kind of finding out about all this as the main character goes along with it, and the main character's like so fucking OP, it's like, well, whatever.
And it also helps that the animation itself is just so lively. I remember watching the first episode and thinking to myself, this show looks really good. Like, the art is kind of simple, but that allows the animation to be very lively and jumpy and fun, you know?
Yes.
And you can clearly see the animators having fun with the animations too.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're actually
and
given
especially
a lot
the OP.
of field to work with.
Dude, the animation, the opening is just so good. It looks like it's out of a Naruto opening or FMA.
Yeah,
dare I even say it? It looks like it might be a JoJo's OP in terms of quality.
Oh my. And if anyone's paid attention, the OP and ED are actually one continuous story.
They are, yes. You could actually take the animation, like the ending animation from the OP and the beginning animation from the ED, and it's like it just continues straight on. It's a really cool effect.
Fun.
It is. I mean, I never imagined. I thought I would watch the first 2 or 3 episodes of this show, and I'd like it's a fucking isekai. I don't give a shit, and then drop it. It's like, no, I'm just one of the shows I'm enjoying the most this season, and it's because it's an isekai that doesn't take itself seriously. I won't go so far as to say it's a parody of isekai, but it's not far off. It's not far off.
And you have a tsundere dragon in the beginning, which is always fun.
A male tsundere dragon.
A male tsundere dragon.
Which is even more fun.
Subverting expectations the best way possible.
Yes. Oh, fuck off. You just like it. You get your dick hard because it's a dragon.
You're not wrong.
Oh my god, you're so predictable. But yeah, like seriously, if you've been holding off on this show, it's not going to be a seasonal show. They've already confirmed it's going to be 26 episodes, so it will go into next year. So there's going to be a significant amount of story. If you know, if you're still, you know what, even if you're not burnt out on isekai, I think you'd still like this.
Yeah, it's just a really fun watch.
Yeah. So, can we talk about something that isn't an isekai but feels like one?
What?
Okay.
Goblin Slayer.
Oh boy.
Now you want to talk about waifus the anime? Holy fuck! This show is laden with waifus. You don't like Goblin Slayer that much, do you?
No, I'll tell you what's my problem with Goblin Slayer. It's not. I don't care about the first episode. Like, it was shocking, but I was like, okay, sure. Could have been shot better, but okay. It's just.
Oh, it wasn't rapey enough for you?
No, I think it could have been more, like, shocking if it wasn't, like, that revealing, but whatever. It's just kind of lazy in terms of production. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't take it whenever, okay, Goblin Slayer himself looks pretty cool, I like his design, but okay, CG robotic Goblin Slayer. Right, anime 2018.
See, here's the thing. You're not a huge fan of CG animation. Well, no, I take that back.
I'm a fan of it when it's done right.
Well, yes, but I think you're also more of a fan of it. Well, yeah. I think you're also more of a fan of it when it's either one or the other, not both in the same show.
Yeah.
I don't think you like that switching back and forth.
Because it's jarring as fuck. I mean, I'm sorry, but the only show that switches between them and that wasn't as jarring is Kado, The Right Answer, and that show was like top notch. It also helps that the writing in that show was
for good until the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, for the most part it was really good. But Goblin Slayer just feels kind of also tone wise. I'm not sure what this show is going for. At first it's like, oh, this is gritty and dark and shocking. It's like, okay, but it's like, yeah, but I guess like you don't suffer that much from like mistakes that you make, and there's not a whole lot of stakes in the first place. It's like it's just kind of meh. Like I'll keep going with it, but I've watched 6 episodes so far and just
You gotta admit though, it's got waifus, man. It's got waifus.
You into that priestess lolly? What the fuck?
No, I want that fucking flat-chested high elf archer. What the fuck are you talking about?
And again, it's just so baffling to me. So first episode, you're having this rape scene, which is just like shot in a certain way. It's like, okay, sure, whatever, that's what you're going for. Second episode, first thing that you see is just anime titties, and I'm like, really? That cowgirl, she's cute and all, and I like her, but it's like, really?
I want to say I love the fact that no one in the show actually has a name. They're just called by what they do. Like there's Goblin Slayer, High Elf Archer, Priestess,
Cowgirl,
Guild Girl. And it
Ugh.
has nothing to do with the fact that she has giant cow tits, I'm sure.
I just
Have you seen the parody that Melon did?
Oh god, yeah, I remember.
who? Melon?
Fucking
Oh my god,
Melonpon
if
is
you
a
go look
treasure.
it up. I swear to god, like anyone who hasn't seen Melon Pan's parody of that second episode of Goblin Slayer, go fucking watch it now. It's worth the 2 minutes of your time.
You don't
that it
even
will
need
take
to watch
it.
this show to see it. Like, it's just enjoyable by itself.
Yeah, go watch Melon Pan. Fucking Melon Pan is a gift to the world.
And just to clarify, because I feel like it might come off not as how I intended to, I don't have a problem mostly with fan service. I really don't. It's just when you start a show with a certain tone, and then like an episode later, you just slap that in the face and go like, "Here's some anime titties." It's like, what are you going for? It's
I
just so
can
lazy.
understand what you're saying. It started off
It just feels
rather dark,
lazy.
and it hasn't been as dark ever since. They've shown stuff here and there that's pretty brutal, but
Yeah.
not to the effect of what they showed in the very first episode.
And
So
I
I
don't
can
know,
understand your problem.
some of
of
the goblins-
consistency.
Some of the goblins get off in pretty creatively gory ways.
yeah, but it's like
It's
and-
not just the fact that they get offed, but the whole other parts, the more sexually violent parts that they try to set you up with expectations in the very first episode, but then don't really go into it as much.
And it doesn't feel like those scenes, like in episode 6, it opens up with like a scene of some naked bitch just about to get raped by goblins, then some like the heroes coming to save her. It's someone telling that story, and it just feels like, okay, you're setting up a tone, but it never connects with any of the themes, any of like real meaty stuff in the show, except for a few bits that just kind of and it's like, don't tell me you need to like, don't tell me it always needs to be dark and like, and don't tell me that it just, you know what's a good show and manga that's super dark but does have some like light moments and it doesn't feel jarring. It's actually well made.
JoJo's?
Berserk.
No, also, but Berserk,
Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah.
Berserk,
And it has a rape scene
sorry,
in it too.
but it's just, to summarize,
It does. I will say it does seem like a bit of a discount Berserk, but I don't know. I'm just enjoying it so far, mostly because
Yeah,
I like how
and
Goblin
again-
Slayer is just so blasé about every
and
fucking
yeah,
thing.
and again, if you enjoyed the show, good for you. Like, that's awesome. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, some of like the guy himself, it's fun. Like, they talk about stuff and it's like, huh, goblins were like, yeah, that's cool and all, but it just feels tonally off as fuck. The production itself is just shitty from time to time. It doesn't look great, and it's just kind of meh. I'm done.
There you go. Spoken like a true. I don't even know. I don't know where I was going with. Yes. I don't really know where I was going with that, but that'll work. Sure.
Sorry,
Spoken-
it feels like a lot of people are missing the point with Goblins in terms of what's the actual problem with the show. But it's like, whatever.
I was gonna say spoken like a true Berserk fan.
Griffin!
Griffin did nothing wrong.
Fuck you.
Casca. Oh God, poor Casca.
My heart.
She's never gonna get a break, ever.
Such a good
It's
manga.
Berserk.
Okay.
None of them are gonna get a true break.
Well, I want to. Okay, so you mentioned this before when you were talking about the CGI. Should we talk about Gridman because that has good CGI in it?
So
Let's
I will
talk
say
about
I only
Gridman.
watched some.
Actually,
Cool
let's talk
animation
about
cuts.
Riga's thighs. Let's be honest. Let's talk about Riga's thighs.
Oh my god, you could put a fucking cream pie between those things.
Oh
Are you
my!
kidding me? Good god.
God bless fan art.
And there has been much fan art.
Oh, so much.
Like, I haven't seen fan art booms like this for a while.
Well, just wait till the next Fate anime comes out. You'll see another boom.
Yeah, there's always
Fucking
gonna be
weebs.
another one, but like, I haven't seen something like this in a good while, especially centered around thighs too.
So is she actually a character? Again, I haven't watched the show. So.
Yeah,
It's-
she
wow.
is. She's one of the main characters in the show.
Yeah, she's one of the 3 main characters in the show.
Yeah, but is she actually like a well-written character?
So wait, what you're asking is she actually a character, or are the thighs the character?
Exactly.
No, she is actually a legitimate character. She has her own interests, her own friends. She has her own quirks. She is a legitimate person in the show.
Yeah. I mean, granted,
I'm
the thighs
having-
are.
I'm having a deja vu to when Dolly and the Franks aired, and I was like, oh wait, so there's actually characters in it? And you guys were like, yeah, they're fucking awesome and great. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll watch it. But then everyone's like, oh, it's actually shit in the end. So I was like, I guess I'll watch it some other time.
Listen, it was because halfway through, we're not gonna get into this again, okay?
Actually,
had-
watched
we had-
6
we-
episodes of Franks, and they're really good, but I'm afraid to keep going.
Because eventually it's going to be not good no more.
Yeah.
You can
And it's
watch
gonna
it
be like,
up
why did I
to-
do this?
What was it, episode 15, 16?
And, well, it started really going downhill at episode 18, let's be honest.
Either way, it's the ending of the first arc. That's all you need to watch until. You don't need to watch the second arc. You can.
Well,
if
you do
want.
for the second OP, because that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same song, it's just the visuals are, like, even better.
Well, your the kiss of death.
But yes, so Trigger has grazed us with another phenomenally animated show.
It gives the
this season.
Sentai boner in my heart a meaning
Yeah,
in
so-
life. Are you
I
shitting
wanna-
me? I love
wanna-
the show.
I want to clarify something. So, I love this show too, because I love old Sentai shows. I love the old Power Rangers shows, and I love the old Ultraman
Fucking
shows.
Kamen Rider.
Yes, that too. But I want to the objective part of me, or the person that tries to be an objective critic of stuff, tells me like story-wise this show is really weak. But I still love it. And I said this before we started. For me, I feel the same way about Gridman that I feel about Danmachi. I love Danmachi, but I cannot with any straight face admit that Danmachi is a good anime.
I was
And I feel
about to
the
call you
exact
out on
same way.
that you can't be objective because you like Danmachi.
Well, no.
So thanks
I
for doing
can.
it for me.
I can because I can admit that while I like it, it's garbage.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Not to get away from Gridman, but this kind of really plays into it. It's like, and I think we all feel this way on the podcast. It's like you can like trash.
Oh,
Just
yeah, for sure.
admit that it's trash.
Yeah.
You can say I love Sword Art Online, but don't sit there and tell me it's a masterpiece with a straight face. Bullshit.
Sword Art Online, aka exposition at cafe scenes.
Oh my god, that was the fucking that scene. I never thought it would. So we watched. I think it was it me and you, Chinoda?
Yep, it was us.
Yeah. We did a stream at the beginning of the season where we watched the first episode, the 47-minute long first episode of Sword Art Online. I even fucking give a shit how you say the rest of the title. Aleph fucking who gives a fucking shitization. 47 minutes long. Now you think in 47 minutes there'd be some shit happening. And there was a little bit of shit happening at the beginning and a little bit of shit happening at the end. But the entire middle bit of that, all exposition that
Fucking-zition.
no
Fucking-
one gave
fucking-
a shit about.
Fucking
There
stabbed
might have
the dude
been-
with an umbrella.
Okay,
Yeah, oh
okay,
my
let me say
God.
this. There might have been 2 or 3 pieces of information that still matter even now. I'll say this. I'm watching the show. I'm actually enjoying it. It's actually
Oh my God.
okay, fuck you. I'm enjoying it. So
See,
what?
this is why we can't have nice things. This is
I'll
the
say it
absolute
straight
state
up.
of anime.
I'm
This
not
is the
saying it's
absolute
amazing.
motherfucking state of anime.
I'm just
right
enjoying
here.
watching it. Anywho.
Side note.
Anywho.
Side note.
Okay, go on. It's just side note.
There's actually a really good looking battle scene in one of the early episodes when they fight the goblins. It actually looks really good. Not gonna lie.
Oh
Really
yeah, no,
enjoyed
it actually looks pretty decent.
Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Anywho, like during that whole exposition that happened in the very first episode, which was 47 goddamn minutes long, there was only about 2 to 3 pieces of information that are actually used even now, and they
Yeah,
didn't even have to stretch that out. They could have just given it to us quickly and with a brief summary, and it would have been fine. But no, they stretched it the fuck out. And I don't even remember the details of it, and it's not necessary to know the details of it either. It really doesn't matter.
Now, see, I want to make something very clear. Like, the fact that an episode of an anime is 47 minutes long, that doesn't bother me. Like, if
Yeah, I
shit
fucking
happens
love
for
it
47
most of the
minutes,
time when it's like that.
Rakugo Shinju.
exactly.
Hellsing
When
Ultimate.
shit is happening, when things are getting done, when story is being actually moved forward, I don't mind longer episodes. Hell, there's an entire series of it's a 6-episode series called Design, which every single episode is 45 minutes long, and that's
Ooh.
actually really fucking good. But for you to have a 47-minute long episode and have more than half of that episode be nothing but exposition, an exposition that doesn't even matter, like, you fucking lost it. You've certainly lost me. That's like an insta drop in my book.
Like, I'm watching it because I watched the first 2 seasons, so might as well. People claim it's better than the past seasons. It's the same quality, I guess. But I don't know. I just
It's
intrigued to
plot
see.
armor the anime. It's not gonna change.
No, but here's the thing. They do like you see how like for a change, Kirito is actually like damaged and stuff, and that's pretty okay. But it's
Bullshit.
just,
I'm actually
I will
enjoying
say,
the fact
like-
that his usual fucking harem that's around him isn't there, and that's actually
Oh, no, they're
honestly
just in a
made the
different
show
game.
a lot better.
I'll say this. It's just the same, but it's like it's still the same SAO for better or for worse, I guess. But it does like have some things that do intrigue me enough to see at least how far they can like go with it. But it's still I'm
I
not saying
have
it's
no
good. I'm just saying
interest.
it's like the same.
I'm sorry, after having sat through a 20+ minute long exposition scene, I have no interest in seeing. It could be the rest of the show could be the best anime ever made. I don't give a shit. I don't
Totally-
give a
totally
shit.
That is
fair,
fair
dude.
enough.
And listen, one of the episode that's like after that, it's just a whole episode of them cutting down a tree, and it's not good. I'm sorry.
I mean, literally, the rest of the episode, the rest of the entire show could be Cowboy Bebop levels of quality. I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't watch it. Why? Because you don't deserve me to watch it if you can't get through a 47-minute long episode with a half of that being exposition. I'm sorry. It's not worth it. Anyway, Gridman's pretty good.
You know what else is pretty good? Fucking JoJo.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into that because you and I are going to be doing
Yeah.
stuff
I
throughout
just
the
want
entire
to say one thing.
fighting
dance
gold.
scene, dude.
What? Oh, the dance
Fucking
scene.
dance
Oh my
scene.
god. We're going to talk about that the next
We
time
will.
we do our JoJo's Part 5 review.
We will.
But oh my god,
Back to Gridman.
yeah.
I want to talk about its CGI.
Wow, we got shut down, didn't we?
No, pretty hard. This must be the work of an enemy stand.
Oh, now he's quiet.
Y'all done?
Well, back to
Goddamn.
Gridman, yes.
So
So thighs.
Yeah, thighs.
yes, the thighs. Gridman CGI. What do you guys think? I personally think it's done very well. Mostly
I
because
won't say that
it's limited, but when they do it, it's actually done very right. What do you guys
I
think?
won't say the CGI is god tier levels like it was in like Legend of the Galactic Heroes, but for CGI that's only used sparingly, it's done very well.
I will say, because again, I've only watched some cuts from the show itself. I haven't watched an episode, but from what I've seen, it looks like they're sort of trying to like they see they have the limitations of what they can do with CG, and they just go for like trying to mimic what the old Power Rangers shows look like. It's like a dude
Yeah.
inside a big ass suit,
Yeah, pretty much.
and it's pretty fun actually seeing that.
It almost
I'm
makes
okay
me
with it.
wonder if they. It makes me wonder if they actually did motion capture to do that right.
I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very satisfied with what I've seen so far. Like, and I've said that I don't really think the story of Gridman is anything to write home about, but I will say, like, animation wise, it's animated really, really well.
Trigger.
Oh my God, Trigger. God, I love Trigger. You may not be perfect, but God, I love you.
There's
Trigger.
a reason you're
Trigger.
supporting them.
I know. Studio Trigger is like the child that you'll have who will bring home lots of their own artwork from school, and only one of them every so often will be good. The rest of them will be kind of shitty, but you still say you love them.
So, can I gush over Monogatari for a bit?
Yes, because, well, it's not like
That
you're going to be
actually
seeing it
leads
anytime
into
soon.
a whole nother thing I want.
Oh, fuck
anime
you.
I
I'm
wanna
not
talk
looking
about.
forward to this
Go ahead
discussion.
and go
but
with
go ahead, Natsai.
Monogatari, and we'll talk about the other one after.
Go
So,
ahead, Natsai.
In Japan, not too long ago, earlier this month, they released the movie Zoku o Warrior Monogatari, which is like the sequel to the last season of Monogatari that aired last year? The year before? Never mind. And I really want to watch it, but God knows whenever they'll release it on Blu-ray. But not too long ago, they released an article that said they're gonna split the movie into 6 episodes and will air it on TV. Now.
So basically make it a broadcasted OVA.
Exactly, now. Hana Monogatari, right? That was the thing. And how
Yes.
they aired it, it was sort of structured like a movie, but they aired it on, like they broadcasted like a marathon on TV.
Yeah.
And Crunchyroll has Hana on its service. Maybe Crunchyroll, please. Can we have Zoku, please? I need it.
You know,
please?
I'm half tempted to say that this might be Crunchyroll's doing, getting them to do this, because I'm sure that there's a lot of people, a lot of Monogatari fans, myself included, who really want to see this, because there is a chance this could be the last part of the Monogatari series that gets animated.
For now.
And you know, Crunchyroll has this. I don't know why Crunchyroll has this aversion to licensing movies and putting them on their service, but they do.
For the record, they have licensed Bungo Stray Dogs movie not too long ago, so
Yeah, but that's one example. I mean, can
No,
you
they also
name
have-
15 others?
there's not a whole lot of movies on Crunchyroll, but they do have some.
Yeah, not they certainly don't have a lot. I would
Yeah.
say probably maybe not even 1% of their catalog is movies.
I don't know, but yeah, not a whole lot. But there's still a
And
chance.
they still haven't licensed the Kizu movies. They haven't licensed Koyomi Monogatari.
Then again, the Kizu movies haven't been broadcasted on TV.
No,
in
neither
Japan.
was Koyomi Monogatari either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I don't know. I don't really understand the aversion that Crunchyroll has, but there's a sneaking suspicion I have that this might be Crunchyroll's doing. I don't know this for a fact. I'm just kind of spitballing here, but it seems like something that Crunchyroll could have went to, like either Studio Shaft or whoever has the actual like broadcasting rights for Soku or Warrior Monogatari and said, "Hey, would you mind just throwing this on TV so it'd be easier for us to license it?"
I just need it, please.
I mean,
watched
it'll
the
come
trailer,
out
It
on-
looks so good.
It'll come out on Blu-ray sometime early next year, so
Yar.
don't do that. But that might be the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, he happens to live in a country where they won't, cater to them. So, or I shouldn't say
Yep.
cater. Provide the proper services to, because a lot of
Yeah,
people
that's probably
are
a
happy
better-
to pay if they're able to. But if they're not able to, well, what are they supposed to do? Anyways, that's
Yeah.
a whole discussion. I'm just gonna give a TLDR about it. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I just there's something about this whole thing. Like it came out. This article came out like I think 2 or 3 days before the movie premiered in theaters.
Yep. Something like that.
And so I have this sneaking suspicion that people annoyed Crunchyroll about this enough to where they went, "Hey, you mind throwing this on TV so we can license it?"
I don't know. Again, not too sure how much Crunchyroll. Whoa,
Crunchyroll
Yeah.
has a saying that, but I don't know. Hopefully, we'll get it because I need it. Please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the reason I say that is because, at least so far, Crunchyroll has been really accommodating to Monogatari fans by and large, because they've got almost the entire anime series on their platform.
Mostly,
well, with the with the notable exception of 4 episodes of Bake.
Yeah. Last thing I want to touch on before we move on. Alex, what do you think of short-haired Oikura?
I think that we have a new trope being invented called the Nisio Isin haircut, and what that is
so good.
What that is Nisio Isin will always introduce a female character with long hair who's kind of timid, kind of shy in some way, or kind of just broken in some way. And then she inevitably gets her hair cut and she becomes a fucking badass.
Unless you're Suruga, which sort of circles around, but
that went the opposite way, where she had short hair and then she grew it out.
But then she cut it again.
Yeah. But I think that's a new trope that's kind of been invented by the Monogatari series, and I call it the Nisio Isin haircut. But I love it. I love it. I think she looks a lot better with short hair, that's for sure.
Man. I mean, I've been rewatching the show with a friend of mine who's watching it for the first time, and it's so good. I want to
say this is something a little personal, but Natai, you have told me in the past that you really like girls with short hair. Or no, you really like girls with long hair.
Yeah.
And this is now 2 characters from the Monogatari series with Hanakawa and Sodachi.
Also Hitagi.
You and Hitagi that you have said look way better with the short hair than with long hair. Are you changing your stance on that?
No. Just with Monogatari characters.
Okay. It's the Monogatari exception.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Short-haired Hanakawa with her special colors. I can't. It's so good. Bless her.
Bless Hanakawa.
Precious.
And her enormous titties. All right, so I think to finish this up, Shinoda and I will kill each other now.
Yeah, I'll just sit and it's a popcorn.
I think you don't have a dog in this fight, so Shinoda, put him up.
Alright, you bitch-ass motherfucker. We're gonna be talking about one of the best goddamn shows of the season.
Nope.
It's about
Not
Bunny
even
Girl
close.
Senpai.
Fuck this show and fuck people who say it's a masterpiece. They're wrong. They're objectively wrong.
Now, I don't know about masterpiece and all that. All I know is the goddamn characters are fucking amazing.
God, no. Oh, how little you actually know. You uninitiated swine. So I want to point out something.
Just because I don't know, I can actually enjoy something else. How about that?
Okay, so you bring up something that is actually I don't think it's going to be this week. It'll probably be next week when we do it.
Yeah.
We are planning on doing an episode of the podcast where we're talking about this kind of specific thing. So what we're talking about here is the show that's airing this season called Bunny. It's fucking stupid title. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Stupid title.
The translation is kind of dumb. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But this show, whether anyone who's watching it currently either knows it or will admit it, is a show that I'm not even going to use the phrase borrows. I'm going to say steals a lot of its story content from the Monogatari series and then tries to pass it off as original, which is just terrible. But what we're going to talk about in an upcoming episode of the podcast is whether it's actually a good idea or not to examine anime in a vacuum. Whereas, like, this show borrows / steals heavily from something else, is it a good idea to, like, judge it based on what came before, what it's stealing from? And I will definitely look forward to that. But for this right here, I'm going to give you the TLDR of my opinion on this. I think, first of all, if you are watching this show this season and you do think it's legitimately good, I think one of two things about you. Either you're ignoring you've seen the Monogatari series and you're completely ignoring the fact that it 100% rips off almost all of the story of Bakemonogatari in the first few episodes. Or you haven't seen the Monogatari series at all, in which case you don't actually know what you're missing. So I can't really fault you for that. And Shinoda, I know for a fact that you happen to fall into that second category because you haven't seen the Monogatari series.
Yep.
So I can't actually fault you for liking this show because you don't know any different. But I guarantee you, if you actually sit here and you like this show, imagine this show, but 10 times better and with an anime style that is unbelievably creative. That's the Monogatari series.
I will say one thing, because again, I haven't watched Bunny Girl. I've only seen a bit of its art, but excuse me. Maybe it's just Bunny Girl is a bit more accessible, because Monogatari is, especially Bake, with its cinematography and directing, is really avant-garde.
It is, for sure.
I like it, but it's not for some people's taste.
I would actually say that Nise Monogatari is. I would say that Nise Monogatari is far more avant-garde than Bake was.
Yeah, but there's. I mean, again, I just rewatched it. Bake has a lot of really interesting decisions with, and again, I love it, but it's very different.
I'm sorry.
Now, okay, so Shinoda.
Before you continue,
you don't know it.
Could you explain what avant-garde is or whatever?
It's a type of art style where it's a type of art style that isn't supposed to immediately make sense to you. You have to think about it for it to make sense.
Like in Bake especially, there's a lot of times where the art style would shift to stop motion and even live actions from time to time.
Or even title cards.
Yeah. Very
they would have,
artsy, some people would say.
Yeah, where they would have the actual dialogue on a title card and then you'd hear the character say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's also a lot of very quick cuts in the Monogatari series overall that constantly keeps your attention shifting. But so you haven't seen the Monogatari series, Shinoda. So I want to lay out a storyline for you, and I want you to tell me whether you think it's from Bunny Girl Senpai or from the Monogatari series.
It's okay. Do you really have to do that? It probably is from the Monogatari series.
Montegatari.
The Monty Python Gatari.
Shut up. I don't know.
The best Gatari.
The best Monogatari.
It probably is from that. I don't care. I don't mind. Mostly because I haven't seen it, sure, but I honestly don't mind.
I'm just gonna say so the plot of this story I'm gonna lay out for you.
Okay.
Is guy goes to school with a girl.
Okay.
Who may or may not be infected with some kind of supernatural condition.
Okay.
On the way to school one day, he meets this girl and finds out about her condition. He ends up trying his best to help the girl with this condition, and in the process, they end up dating. Am I describing the Monogatari series or Bunny Girl Senpai?
Well, because I've only seen the Bunny Girl Senpai show, I would say that. But I'm assuming it's both shows. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I will say, just to jump in, I will say actually you're being a bit, really vague. And
well, yeah, because I don't want to ruin the Monogatari series for people.
No. Let me just say this: you can have similar stories, but with different approaches. Again, I need to watch Bunny Girl to be more informed about it, but I assume it takes a very different approach. Even let's say only in one way, at least with the presentation. Okay.
Oh,
you can have similar stories, but that take different have different approach to how they tell the story.
I will firmly admit that the style is completely different. Like Bunny Girl compared to Monogatari looks like shit. And that's something else that people are conveniently ignoring about Bunny Girl Senpai. This show looks terribly animated.
Is it though? I don't know. I haven't watched it.
I'm not even comparing it to the Monogatari series in that regard because I think that's an unfair comparison because Studio Shaft is known for having phenomenal animation.
Yeah,
but
that series itself
phenomenal animation, but they have a lot of style. Let's be clear.
It's above the quality standard on animation, but Bunny Girl Senpai,
I'd say
it's definitely not poor animation.
I'd say compared to other stuff that's airing this fall, I'd say it's in the bottom 10% in terms of animation quality.
I mean, Goblin Star
I mean,
is
if you're comparing to
probably
like
worse.
majority of the good ones, sure, it's not as high up, but it's fair and animation. It's not bad. Like, it's decent.
And a show doesn't have to be that well animated. Again, both Monogatari and JoJo aren't the best animated shows, but they have but they compensate with style and directing and cinematography. Although this season of JoJo has been super well animated, so that's
yeah,
a bit
I know,
of an
right?
exception.
That's a tough sell, man.
Not to mention, Bunny Girl Senpai itself isn't about animation itself. It's moreover about the characters and the story. That's where it actually
And the
captures
story.
you.
I know that's exactly why it's terrible, because it doesn't hold a candle to what it's blatantly ripping off.
Okay, but you're doing a comparison. You're not
Exactly,
seeing it for
because
what
I can't
itself.
not do a comparison. I can't look at that and say, well, I gotta now pretend I haven't seen the Monogatari series and then judge it by that. I can't do it. Like,
don't
I can
do
try,
that. You've
but I'll
seen
fail.
It, you can say it doesn't hold a candle. Meanwhile, for other people that are like me that haven't seen that other series, I can say straight up, go ahead and watch it. It's really good because the characters are really enjoyable. The stories are enjoyable. Go ahead and watch it.
And again, maybe this show is like a good way for once it ends, people are like, oh, I want more. Hey, maybe try Monogatari. It's very similar.
I will say that's one positive that I can see coming out of this show. Like, people might actually watch this who like it and have never seen the Monogatari series, and then say,
which
well,
I know that you really should watch it because it's really good.
Eventually.
But I just have, as someone who's watched the Monogatari series, I can't look at this and take it seriously because I know that it is blatantly ripping off story and character ideas from the Monogatari series, and it just it's got a really high rating on Mal right now, and I can't, like, I don't know, maybe a lot of the people that are watching it haven't watched the Monogatari series. I just don't know what people see in this show. If they have watched the Monogatari series and they like it.
I think a lot of people have watched the series. It's just the fact that, unlike you, they're able to just separate them and watch it independently instead of constantly comparing them.
It's really hard not to compare it when it throws it right in your face, though.
I would say I do plan on watching it, just to like get a better, be more informed about this whole like discussion. And I think we should totally go back to this topic and.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we will
in
a couple weeks. We'll be
this later on.
Yeah, I mean, maybe down the road once this is over, and well, hopefully after we get a chance to watch Zoku War Monogatari, maybe we could literally do an apples to apples comparison of these two like stories.
And again, maybe by the end of this season, you won't need to like compare the two because maybe they'll just take vastly different directions. We'll see.
Not based on what I've seen so far.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end. Oh man, we got some stuff coming up on the podcast that I think people are gonna like.
Oh yeah.
we got Natai and I are eventually going to do a Steins Gate spoiler cast. We're gonna do an entire like franchise spoiler cast, not just Steins Gate 0. That should be good. You said that recently, after watching Steins Gate 0 and thinking about it a lot, you've kind of changed your opinion on 0.
I will say this: it has its moments, but I'm starting to have like, I don't think it's that good.
Oh,
let's just leave it.
Definitely, it's definitely something we're talking about. What else we got? What else we got coming up?
The monthly JoJo.
That we got monthly JoJo's reviews that you and I are going to be doing, allegedly monthly. Allegedly.
We'll try.
We got some good stuff coming up for you guys, and Natai has actually worked out a very special episode for us to do at the end of the year. Instead of doing our regular end of the year award show, we're going to do something a little different this year.
More fun and silly.
More fun and silly, and we hope you definitely guys will enjoy that too.
Quick tease: one of the awards will be Booty of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Rika Takarada.
That's thighs of the year.
No, well, she's
She
got a nice
got an
ass,
ass,
too.
bro. She
Them
got
thighs
a
are connected
ass.
to a nice ass.
Like, just
All
that
right,
whole
well.
body.
On that note, thank you all out there for dropping in to listen to us. We hope you enjoyed it because we always enjoy bringing this stuff to you. If you want to check out previous episodes of the podcast, you can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. If you want to keep up with what we're doing, If you want to keep up with what we're doing and have a little more fun, you can join our Discord server, become a member of our Facebook group, follow our Twitch channel, and visit our website. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, or concerns on this or any episode, feel free to shoot us an email or leave a comment down below. Links to everything will be down below in the description. I have been your host, Alex, and I will see you next time. Say goodnight, everybody.
Nice bird.
So, a bunch of... I don't know if a couple of you have been checking out our Tumblr or what, but it's been getting some traction lately. So, you know,
Oh,
if you
God,
want
no.
some raunchy stuff,
There's
go
a-
ahead and go over there.
I want to say there's a reason that I don't promote that, and that, yeah. Good night,
That's
everybody.
not.
Good night, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Nice bird.